Well, so I'm gonna swap the pickups out on this Revstar. They're not terrible bad, but I have a Sensei 290, a Reverend Sensei 290 with P90s in it, and I love the way it sounds. These are okay, they're not bad, but I'm gonna swap them out. Before I do that, I'm gonna take a bunch of measurements here, so I know how the S-found of the guitar was. It does play great. The action is super low. Doesn't buzz it anywhere unless I really crank on it. But the setup is awesome. It's a little too low for me. That's 2.5 64s or maybe 3 64s. And the top is 2 64s. So 3 and 2, that's low. I like it at probably 4 on the low E and 3 on the high E. So this guitar is set up really, really low and it's straight and it doesn't buzz. So for sure it's a quality guitar. We have thunderstorms rolling in. Today is the day, 2024 Indy 500. It's supposed to be going to the race, but they've delayed it right now because a thunderstorm's coming in. We'll see, it's not raining yet. Will 20 thousandths fit?
Record with 665 watts lead coming into today.
Yes, 20 thousandths just fits. The G's a little high, the B's a little high, but it's not bad. I'm gonna replace the pickups, and I might as well take you along. Yep, rain is coming in right now, starting to get windy. Hey, fitting. Black and white guitar on the race day.
Found the damage to be quickly repairable before they sent him back out.
Oh, somebody put a luthier's nut on here. I hate that. Here comes some thunder. Okay, let's see how straight the neck is. There was no relief with the strings on it. I like how this is set up. There is no relief, and then right here, starts to get some fall away. And from here to the pickup, the neck starts to do this, which is a little bit of fall away, and that's in the wood. And that's maybe 20 thousandths. So I'm pretty much impressed with the build so far. Let's check for rocking. No. Frets are really, really nice. I'm quite impressed so far. Everything's tight. Okay, let's check out the electronics here. Oh, the bridge just fell out. I'll have to go back and look at the video. Was it like this or like this? It's obviously like this. Yep, there's inserts, threaded inserts in the body. You can see that. This guitar I got used. Once again, I always find good deals. It was less than, it's like mid fives. I think this is the RSS P90 version. And I'm swapping the pickups out. Not that they're bad, but like I said, I got another guitar that I just like how it sounds better. And I'm curious about this transformer in here. Yep. Push-pull pot. It's got that transformer for the boost, which to me is just way too much mid-boost. So I think I'm going to leave it in place just to see what's going to do with the Mini Humbuckers. But it's a real high-quality switch in there. It's got the small dime-sized pots, but I like how they sound. I don't have any issues with them. So there's bridge pickup, neck pickup, then here's a ground, another ground, and another ground. Why do they have 2 grounds under the pickups? That's going to be curious to see. Wow, cool. What's really cool about this is there's a separate ground wire going to this shielding paint. Well, that's a pretty cool thing. I've never seen that before. Nice job, Yamaha. And so these mount straight into the body. I'm putting mini humbuckers in here, so I'm going to have to fabricate plates so that the pickups screw to the plates and then the plates screw to the body. And I'm going to try to do this where you can't tell this guitar was ever modified. But first we got to get these pickups out, so let's work on that next. So here's a tip. It might be counterintuitive. When you unsolder something, add solder to it first. It helps you conduct better, the heat better, so it's easier to remove what's in there off. Makes no sense. It works. Yep. See how easy that came off? Well, let's see if I can make a liar out of myself. We're not going to tin it here. That came off pretty easy. So disregard what I said. Dummy. Then there's a great big lug of solder right here. Right here. See that big lug of solder down there? So what I do is get my iron as hot as it'll go before I undo that. And when I do, I better go get some pliers because I will for sure burn the hell out of myself. Wow, that came off easy. See? I unmade a liar to myself. So I want to make these look factory if I can. Let's solder suck this out. Wow. Look at all that came out of there. So people, when you replace pickups, I know, see, this only took an extra 2 minutes and the wire looks clean and new. So if you try to sell pickups, people will, hey, it wasn't removed by a chucklehead. Nice. That's the bridge. And there's the neck. G&B Pickups is who makes them. Says YJD on the front, Yamaha guitar something, you think? Anyway, they're G&B pickups. Okay, I'm gonna get in here and do some impedance testing and also see if my mini humbuckers will fit. So I got me original collection Gibson Mini Humbuckers. It says original mini humbucker, 100,004 900, 11/16/22. So these have been in stock for a while. Screws to the back. Yep, they're gonna fit fine. The mounting screws are way too long. This is gonna be a trick. Should I screw them straight into the body with these and put springs on them? Yeah, I think that would be simpler. Instead of making a bracket, I'll use these with springs underneath them to screw directly into the body. Or better yet, do I reuse the foam? Probably use the foam. Yep, that's what I'll do. So I'll take the pickup out and use the ring as a template so that I drill directly into the body. The original P90s look like so. And this hole and this hole is where the pickup mounting screws go, and they screw directly in the wood. So what I thought I would do is make a plate, screw the plate into the wood, and then drill 2 more guide holes so that I could thread these in. However, the pickup cavity is so shallow that I wouldn't have a lot of pickup height adjustment room. So what I'm going to do is reuse these screws for these pickups and drill holes on the outside. So we'll raise and lower them the exact same way, but using the Mini Humbucker. However, the first problem is that ground wire is exactly in the way. So I'm going to move it closer over here and remount the ground. Sounds like a plan. So I took this screw out. This is the grounding screw for the front cavity. It looks maybe 3/8 inch long. I'm going to go size the drill bit just slightly smaller than that and move that hole back to get it out of the way. Normally when I drill, I'll wrap some tape at a predefined depth, but in this case, I can easily see the turns on the drill bit. I went in about half, so this should fit. I hope. Yep, it'll go all the way down. Very good. So, here's the pickup ring. I took the pickup out, and I'm going to use it as a template. I'm going to put it in upside down to get it closer to the bottom of the guitar, so that when I drill in, my holes are square and centered, and it's much easier to do if your template's closer to the wood. So I'm just going to put in 2 tiny pilot holes. Probably good. Very good. I've got my pilot holes drilled in both cavities for the new pickups. And while I was down this far, I thought I might shield it because they've got that normal crappy black shielding paint. So here's the ground wire to the output jack. That's perfect. No impedance. No impedance to the other one. No impedance, so it's ground. How about over here? Check that out. This is fantastic shielding paint. So I'm not gonna have to go back in and add any more shielding. Another sign of an excellently built guitar. Cool. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this. This finger is the original P90 threaded screw that threads into the wood. And what came with the Gibson Mini Humbuckers is a machine screw. So, I'm not going to use the Gibson machine screws. I'm going to use this screw instead. And I'll show you when I'm done. I got me some different nuts that slide. They don't thread, they slide all the way through, because I don't want to goober up these wood screw threads. Well, because I can't thread the nuts on, I'm going to solder them on. So I got my soldering iron full tilt. What we got here is the new Mini Humbucker pickup from Gibson. There's a machine screw that goes through the ring, then it goes into this nylon spacer bushing, and then the flange, the ear on the pickup, and then there's another washer, nylon washer, and then one of those captive nuts. And you can spin this screw. You can turn it, but it keeps the pickup cover in the same place in relation to the plastic cover. So for my modified mounting, I'm using the wood screws instead, and I got little oversized nuts and just soldered those in. So they'll still spin. Awesome. They'll maintain the height of the pickup in relation to the ring, and I'll be able to raise and lower in the cavity if I glue on some of that spongy material. Cool. So just to be clear, for the Mini Humbuckers, there's a machine screw. This machine screw goes into the pickup plastic ring first. Then there's this nylon spacer bushing. Then it goes through the pickup ear. Then there's this little slide bushing, and then one of those captive nuts. It's important to note that the neck pickup bushing is longer than the bridge pickup bushing because this humbucker will stick up higher out of the ring than this one. That's the factory look. In any case, I'm going to replace that setup with this setup. I'll replace this nut and that machine screw with this wood screw and this bigger nut, and I'll solder it together. Nice. Don't touch the plastic, ding dong. Nice. And what'll be nice about that is that can easily be unmade. Yes, sir. And can they spin? Yes. Can they spin? And is the pickup tight? Yes. It doesn't rattle around. So that's a pretty good solution. Oh, yo cielo weto, 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 yo cielo weto, weto, yeah. Yo cielo weto. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. Is that annoying? Yeah, good. Looks like a welder did that. Fantastic. Now don't get the plastic. Don't melt the plastic, ding dong. That would be catastrophic at this point. Well, make it easier to get to, dummy. You ain't too bright sometimes, I swear. Is she tight? Holy cow, that's hot as fire. Holy gee. No, house is on fire. Nope, luckily it didn't land on the rug. Oh, see, soldering is a dangerous activity. Best done not under the influence of beer.
This tire is like 7 o'clock. Look how freaking packed the place is.
That's pretty freaking awesome.
Rossi's been up there. What a show.
Pretty cool. We're at, how many beers we got? Don't say.
Go all the way down, screw. You're a knucklehead. This is ASMR pickup soldering. Yeah. There's the Bronny Lynn on Brett L. ASMR. Click, click, click. Isn't that the silliest stuff that works? I think it worked pretty good. I'm not making fun of people who like ASMR. I like it too. It's just a ridiculous way for young girls to make a living, don't you think? It's worse than those. That one's not square. Go down. That's what she said. Don't melt the plastic, bucko. I'll be back. Well, this is kind of cool. They use some kind of two-sided tape, so it's pretty easy to peel off. And it don't leave no residue on the old pickups. So, I'm gonna put these in the body now. So you can see the bridge humbucker sticks up a little higher out of the ring. Yeah, that's gonna work out nice. And the ring matches pretty close. The plastics. The Gibson pickup rings are a little bit brighter, but maybe after a couple of years they'll oxidize and look the same. Yep, that's gonna be good. They look good. So I'm gonna take some, oops. I got the movie Black Swan on in the background just to keep me company. That's kind of weird, eh? So what I'm doing now is just confirming what pot sizes are in this guitar. When the push-pull tone switch is down, it's just wired like a normal 2 pickup guitar with 1 volume, 1 tone. So the tone is a 520K pot. That's good. And the volume is a 520K pot also. There is a treble bleed capacitor inside here and resistor. So if we back the volume all the way down, it will choke it all the way out. I usually like 50s wiring better, and I don't like treble bleeds, but because this is a new guitar to me, I'm just gonna leave it as it is right now, and if I don't like it, I'll change it later. So I'm hooked up here, my LCR meter, to the Gibson Mini Humbucker. For the bridge, it's 6.187 kilo ohms. What is the neck? 6.3. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's right. 6.37. Is that real? Yep. Yep. So the neck is hotter than the bridge. Does that make sense? 6.187. Yep. Let's see what these original P90s are. So the bridge of the Yamaha P90 or the G&B, wow, 8.38. 8.38K. And the neck will be 8.17. But that doesn't give you the whole story, because the magnet strength is everything. So let's see what the inductance is. 8.43 Henrys on the neck. The bridge is going to be 8.36. Huh. Let's see what the humbuckers do. So the shorter one is the neck, 3.79 Henrys. So these are way lower outputs. And the bridge is 3.84. So in this bizarre case, the bridge has less impedance, which is making me think I got the wiring backwards. Nope, that's a huge change. I am on the bridge. Okay. Huh. Curious. Well, she's all wired up and cleaned up. I did do the screwdriver on the pickup test with it plugged into the amp, and it is wired correctly, bridge and neck. Baffling to me, the neck Gibson Mini Humbucker is 6.38K with 3.78 Henrys. That's the neck. So it's hotter than the bridge. The bridge is 6.18K and 3.84 Henrys. That's replacing the original P90s, the Revstar P90s, which were 8.17K on the neck and 8.38K on the bridge, or 8.43 Henrys on the neck, 8.37 Henrys on the bridge. So yeah, that was surprising. So I'm gonna bolt this together and start setting her up. Here's one thing I really like. The truss rod cover where the screw holes are. A guitar company finally figured out, put the screw holes in the truss cover between the string gaps, right? So you don't have to move the string to put the screw in. It's such a goofy... Yamaha just engineers stuff cool. I love Yamaha. All right, well, I got her plugged into a Fender Supersonic. The clean channel is kind of like a deluxe reverb, and then the overdrive channel on these that's pretty good. Straight up, you know, no overdrive to the amp, just straight amp into the guitar into the amp. Here's the bridge. A little out of tune. New strings, it's gonna be out of tune. Pretty bitey, pretty bright. All right, position 2. Yeah, got a nasal. Might be those two out of phase, I don't know. Here's the middle. That's a pleasant surprise. That's nice and chimey. Position 4. How different is that from 2? Not much difference. It's still got that nasally. I don't like it. That's cool. That's the neck. That's pretty cool. So, just like a normal humbucker guitar, I like the neck position, I like the bridge position, and I like the middle. So let's see what this inductor does, this transformer. Takes a lot of the bright out. And it's adding gain. Position 2, here's middle. All right. Position 4. Well, and then position 5, or neck. I just hear it putting more mids in and taking treble out. That's the bridge. I do not like the transformer at all, but I left it in. Who knows? So let's get some overdrive, a lot of overdrive. Sorry. Here's the bridge. It's got a nasally focus too, but it's not bad. Okay, position 2. Don't like it. Middle, position 3. I like that. All right, position 4. Sounds a little synthetic. Okay, and the last, here's neck. Sure. So that's not bad. So bridge, middle, pretty good, and neck. All right, now let's put that transformer back. Nope. That's not bad. Middle. I don't like the transformer. Nope. The neck with the transformer and a lot of gain is a unique tone. I like it. It's got that cocked wah thing. That's the bridge with the inductor in, or the transformer in. So, what do I think? The inductor, I don't like it at all. But the clean sounds really good. Sounds like a bright humbucker with more treble and less bass. And then the middle, again. That's chimey, wow. I'll definitely use that sometime. And here's the neck. So, Mini Humbuckers are definitely an upgrade over the stock P90s, the G&Bs that come in these. So, I'll just have to monkey with the guitar a little more, get used to it, maybe record with it, but so far, I like it. Well, I gotta say, I'm glad I did this project. These Gibson Mini Humbuckers, they fit in here. They look like they were made for the guitar. These are fantastic guitars. Sonic Audio, check out his review on them. He also shows how to replace it with better P90s, and he did some circuit modifications, got rid of that inductor in there, and he made that a really good sounding guitar. I don't have a guitar with Mini Humbuckers. I already had that Reverend, what is it, a Sensei 290. I love that thing, and I love the P90s in it, but I wanted a Mini Humbucker guitar, and I found this used and thought, yeah, that'll be a perfect candidate if they fit, and they fit perfect. As a guitar, these things are fantastic. It's got the smoothest truss rod I've ever felt in a guitar in my life. And it was really easy to adjust. I've got it set up perfect to how I like it now. It intonated fine, it's great. Look how the saddles, I mean, that's perfect. Telling me the nuts cut right. It feels good. Awesome guitar. So if you want to, you know, swap your P90s out for Mini Humbuckers and a Revstar, that's a perfect candidate. Yamaha just engineers stuff cool. I love Yamaha.